This is Pub Politics. Wes Donahue, welcome back after 2 weeks off, a Republican, and Phil Bailey on the Democratic side, who was here for the past 2 weeks. You are always here. And you never sleep, from what I've been told.
No.
On Twitter at 3 a.m. sometimes.
No, well, 2:30.
Stirring up things, causing trouble. Guys, we've got a lot to talk about this week. We found out earlier this week about an official now ethics inquiry from the State Ethics Commission into Governor Nikki Haley. And again, there's back and forth on both sides. Lawyers for Governor Haley say this is a publicity stunt. Well, of course, Democrats say this is a pattern of bad Republican behavior in the state. This involves campaign finances, donors, occupations, and addresses. The governor has come out, her team has come out and said, there were only 2 addresses that were not found. It's about $300 in campaign contributions. That's the total. And we're going to go ahead and just give those to the Children's Trust Fund. So, Wes, I'm going to start with you. Okay. Publicity stunt, or is there something here?
It's completely a publicity stunt. It's a freaking circus, man. A bunch of clowns running around making these insane accusations about Nikki Haley. I mean, come on. The addresses are wrong for donors. This is the biggest nothing burger I've ever seen. They had another publicity stunt today, which we'll talk about. But all they're doing is they're spending 80% of their time doing nothing but waging these nonsense attacks at Governor Haley, and they're spending the other 20% of the time blocking every common sense bill that comes through the legislature. I don't know what's going on in the Democratic Party right now, but it is absolutely a circus, and you could tell in this election year for the legislature.
Phil, your response?
I think it's amazing that the Republicans think that asking the Ethics Commission to enforce the law is a publicity stunt. She broke the law. The Ethics Commission said yesterday they had enough probable cause to proceed forward with an investigation. That's what they're doing.
An investigation in some addresses being wrong on the disclosure form. We're not talking
about the law is the law, Wes.
Kennard money funneling, buying iPads. This is something incredibly minor and stupid.
The law is the law. You may think it's stupid, but the law is the law. And you know what? Nikki Haley shouldn't be breaking the law just to get ahead, and that's what she's done in this case.
Yeah, those bad addresses, just trying to get ahead with those bad addresses.
Phil, what do Democrats want here? What do they want the end game to be? Do you want an apology from the governor, or do you want to go all the way and you want her out?
Well, I mean, I think we're holding the governor accountable, and so making it public that she has broken the law in her efforts to get elected. I mean, she should not be above the law. I think this investigation certainly has merit and should go forward.
Democrats calling a press conference, a couple of senators earlier today to talk about ethics and want more transparency when it comes to ethics investigations. The timing, Phil, a little curious because I know the governor is under ethics investigation. Wes alluded to it as another publicity stunt. I want you to defend what the Democratic senators are doing as far as wanting more transparency when it comes to ethics.
This is just common sense reform. Right now the people of South Carolina don't know if an official in the Senate or the House is under investigation. If there's probable cause, this legislation would open up the Senate and House ethics committees to FOIA reform, FOIA laws, and folks can get a look in what's going on in state government.
And I don't think that's a bad idea, but it's all about the timing. Why now? Why not a year ago? Why not 2 years ago?
Well,
why right now? Because here's what it is. They put up that big top, and you got a senator there juggling and one walking the tightrope. It's a circus. It's nothing but a circus, nothing but a publicity stunt, trying to just throw these attacks at Nikki Haley. Don't let these guys fool you. It has nothing to do with ethics reform and everything to do with them slinging mud.
Well, there are some serious allegations that have been leveled against Nikki Haley, Governor Haley, whether or not she was, in fact, lobbying when she was a member of the South Carolina House, lobbying from inside the chamber. That is a huge no-no, and there is some pretty clear-cut evidence to support that allegation. And we'd like to know if the House Ethics Committee is investigating this, or what are they going to do with that? Nikki Haley can come forward and say, yes, I am being investigated. I want to air out the truth, and I have nothing to hide. But she's not doing that. She's hiding behind confidentiality, and this legislation would take that away. It would open it up.
There was another allegation about Governor Haley that turned out to be unfounded about her possible indictment for tax fraud. Now, it's interesting how this all developed because it was basically a new blogger in South Carolina put this out there saying he had sources. And what's interesting is that a couple of pretty well-respected national news sources picked up on it, whether it be on Twitter or whatever. You guys oftentimes have to work with political candidates, and so you represent people who have to deal with this sort of thing out there on social media, and then you have to respond and play damage control. this.
Everybody talks about the positive aspects of social media, but nobody ever talks about the negative, and that's one of the negatives. These lies can be spread all over the place very quickly. In this case, a blogger wouldn't name his sources. Everybody knew it was BS from the beginning. The national media still reported it. It's a joke. It's just a liberal Democratic blogger being funded by the South Carolina Democratic Party, and it's nothing but a big circus and mudslinging.
Wes may have broken some news here that the Democratic Party
Put it
is
on
funding,
Facebook and Twitter.
is funding that blog.
You know,
I don't know about that.
I am 100% certain that he is not, that the blogger in question is not being paid for by the South Carolina Democratic Party, and I think you should take that back, Wes.
Well, I don't know if he will be transparent. If the Democratic Party will be transparent and say who they're funding, where's he getting his money? Who are the anonymous sources?
We're talking about
so it's okay for
false
him.
allegations.
It's okay
we're talking about false allegations on a blog,
right.
but he's now on television spewing out false accusations.
It's okay for the Democrats, it's okay for the bloggers to throw out allegations, but not me, and that's my point exactly.
Okay. There's documents out there, and I've seen them that support some of these claims. So I mean, there is a pattern here, and it's all about shady Nikki Haley.
He's seeing these private documents that nobody else has seen because
they're
not being non-transparent. I think you should apologize for those allegations.
You can go down to the courthouse and pull the lawsuits that have been filed against the Sikh temple.
Once again, the 100th episode of the pub version of Pub Politics. Next Wednesday at Jake's in 5.6 o'clock. You can go there live. It'd be great if you guys could check these guys out live, but pubpoliticslive.com is the website.
That's right. You better be there.
I will be there. I'm making my reservation right now. Guys, congratulations. Boy, that's a big deal. I appreciate that.
Thank
you for coming by. Guys, back to you.